all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have no more of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Joe Kent is a coward. I think he's a coward, and he should be ashamed of himself. He should be honored for his service that he committed to this country, but he's a coward for what he did. And then it had nothing to do with Israel. I think what he said about us fighting the war for Israel is nonsensical, but people have a right to have a stupid opinion if they want to. But the fact that you think you a man, you think you doing something, you think it's honorable that you can say, I'm going to resign because I don't believe in this, but the men and women who serve can't resign. You think you doing something. You're not a leader. You're a coward. You are a coward. It ain't got nothing to do with Israel. I don't care what he said about Israel. I think Joe Kent is a coward. I think he's a coward, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Because I think she might be
He should be honored for his service that he committed to this country, but he's a coward for what he did. And then it had nothing to do with Israel. I think what he said about us fighting the war for Israel is nonsensical, but people have a right to have a stupid opinion if they want to. But the fact that you think you a man, you think you doing something, you think it's honorable that you can say, I'm going to resign because I don't believe in this, but the men and women who serve can't resign. You think you doing something. You're not a leader. You're a coward. You are a coward. It ain't got nothing to do with Israel. I don't care what he said about Israel.
They push American citizens to the ground. We have rights, Brandon. The entire Minneapolis police force.
You don't understand law.
Shut up, Brian. Brandon, whatever your name.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever.
So no kick either. No, I got it. How about a little heel turn?
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So
Hey, all gravity. In the evening above ground living. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. If your Thursday started, cool. Make it great. If your Thursday is about to be over, great. I hope you made it well. If it's ended, hey, it's awesome. We got rapid taste. I told you. We've been telling you something for years. This man, y'all call Trump, he doesn't know how to navigate this post-pandemic world. He out here making mistake after mistake after mistake, but it's been foretold that he was going to make these mistakes because he's an agent of BRICS. And it'll come out very soon that he's been working both sides, not for the interests of America, but for the interests of the global South. Trump don't care about MAGA. No, he doesn't. Because if he cared about MAGA, he would not have let it go this far. Iran is making him look retarded right now. I said it. He met with the Japanese prime minister. Oh, man. Let me help y'all. What she did was masterful. She left with a little, and yes, she's going to take flack when she gets home. But she won. I told you, she's going to turn heel on this man. And when she turns heel on this man, he's going to come outside and he's going to say something to the effect of, this is why women should not lead. You don't believe me? I figured you didn't. There was something in that press conference that they had today that I want y'all to pay attention to, and I'm going to explain it because a lot of people didn't pick up on it. But if you have your third eye or your, what they call it, you got the kufi on. There was something in there that most people missed. We're going to get into all that. But first, let's see who's in the building on this Thursday evening. Black first, hello. And of course, it's screwed up again, but there you go. We fixed it. SD Johnson, hello. Sybil, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. Emperor Rex, hello. Noah Randall, hello. Dexter Nelson, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. All right, let's get into the customary house cleaning because there will be videos and the such, and we don't want YouTube getting mad at us.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now go, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
All right. So this clip has been making the rounds the last few hours. Y'all need to call me Gravity Damas. We will show you why in a minute.
Get to work! Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay, right? He's asking me, no, you believe in surprise, I think much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise, right? Okay, one more for the Prime Minister.
Why didn't they tell you about Pearl Harbor, sir? Pearl Harbor happened in 1941. You were born in 46. Oh, okay. You're going to talk for America on that aspect. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. The reason why I say y'all need to call me Gravity Damas is because of this. Now, you saw this clip, right? 3.3 million. I quote tweeted it with something very special. Tabernacle. Where is it? I think I have the wrong page open. Give me a second. Here you go. So this Jeffrey J. Hall put this up 4 days ago. Japan's government has said the country has 254 days of oil available. However, there's only a 14-day supply of naphtha, a crucial component in the production of plastics and synthetic fibers. This could lead to price increases for a lot of production. A lot of products. So I quote tweeted that and I said, Takaichi is going to turn heel on Trump and he's going to denigrate her and Japan with World War II rhetoric, and Nippon will respond with force majeure and embarrass us. I wrote that 3 days ago. He made a Pearl Harbor joke. Even the media from Japan couldn't even, they didn't even know how to process that. That's the leader of the free world making a joke about what befell this nation. And make it even worse, when Japan lost, the US oversaw them rewrite their constitution to make them a pacifist nation. And you make a joke like that. But then you want them to go dust off their battleships to go help you secure cargo in the Strait of Hormuz. And this prime minister, which I told people months ago, they say they don't like identity politics. They say how she based. Even her people are starting to turn on her because she's being indecisive in parliament. She's being indecisive in front of her nation. She has an obligation to her nation, not to put them in an unnecessary war, but also to make sure that they have all their resources. But she wants to try to play games. The Turkish president tried that and he got rebuffed. Now he's siding with the GCC and BRICS. This is going to be fun in the spring. But we're not done. Because as I said, there was something in that press conference I want y'all to listen to. Let me see if I can find it.
Is that okay? Yeah. I think she's going to have to go first before you. Is that okay? Yeah. Do you understand? Just very good. I'll tell you. I mean, it's so nice that we don't have to sit. No, it's very good. I haven't picked up your language, so the next time you come, I'll have your language mastered.
Most people don't realize how disrespectful that was. I don't know who's briefing him, but yeah. Then there was this. Now, this was a particularly egregious, but we're going to explain why it's particularly egregious. I'm going to let it run.
Hit because of this development.
でも私は、世界の、繁栄とそして、平和に、貢献できる、世界中に、平和と繁栄をもたらせるのはドナルドだけだと思っています。
But even against that backdrop, I firmly believe that it is only you, Donald, who can achieve peace across the world.
そのために私は、諸外国に働きかけて、しっかりと応援をしたいと思っています。
And to do so. I am ready to reach out to many of the partners in the international community to achieve our objective together.
今日私はそれを伝えに来ました。
So today I came here at the White House to directly convey this message to you.
そしてイランに関してはもう核兵器の開発、これは許されてはならないことですから日本も働きかけをしてきました。
And speaking of the situation in
Did you hear that? Only he could achieve peace. You watch that man start a war for no reason. Well, we'll call it a conflict. You watch that man start a conflict for no reason, but that's supposed to be peace. And you expected the Middle East to watch you bomb one of their countries, but think now they're going to sit there and allow you to dictate the terms? You thought that. Okay. He was told to do this. I'm giving y'all full context. He was told to do this. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. It was my accountant. All right, let's get back to this. I'll never understand how people follow around this man and think that he knows what he's doing. It boggles me, but I understand why they think this, because they think this man is somehow going to be the savior of the world. I understand it. There's just one little problem. See, Matt, do y'all want to say it or do I want to say it? I guess I'll start it off. I want everybody to type this statement in the chat. MAGA is dumb. I know we've said it so many times here. MAGA is dumb. MAGA doesn't even realize that a particular statement that came out from Japan and Europe inadvertently exposed why Trump is doing this and what the ultimate goal is. But I figured for a bunch of people that love to say that they go down rabbit holes in research, especially when it comes to Black people, that this was put in their lap. The red meat was so organically fresh that they could eat for years off of this. And they chose to ignore it because it's their cat. Okay. We're going to educate them tonight. I don't know who saw the letter, but the letter, it just made it. I was deathly laughing when I saw that letter. That so-called letter of quote unquote support that Japan and some European nations were going to help secure the strait, even though they didn't even read it. And that's what pisses me off more than anything. They didn't even read it, because the letter said nothing to that effect. But again, MAGA is dumb. Make sure you type that in the chat. MAGA is dumb. My fault. I'm trying to find it. I thought I had it. It might be in my replies. Give me 1 second. It might be in the replies, because I know I saw somebody put it up and I was like, y'all don't even know what you're reading. Y'all want to act smart, but you're not smart. Where is it? Damn, I got so much shit. Damn. I thought I quote tweeted it. Let me see. Maybe it's in my notifications. Okay, it was. I'll play the video. I'll play the video just so y'all can get a better context. I think even though I don't like the video too much, it'll give me time to go find the letter.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
More as we along.
All right, so this was before Trump met old girl. I want y'all to listen.
Watching the White House right now, President Trump is about to meet with Japan's prime minister. This is a critical moment. The president demanding U.S. allies contribute more as we, along with Israel, knock down a nuclear-thirsty enemy in Iran and protect key oil shipping lanes in the Middle East. A new joint statement from Japan and other allies signaling they are ready to help secure the shipping now through the Strait of Hormuz and support efforts to stabilize global energy supplies. Now, that's counter to what some of them have previously said. We will take you to this as soon as watching the White House right now, President Trump is about to meet with Japan's prime minister. This is a critical moment. The president demanding U.S. allies contribute more as we, along with Israel, knock down a nuclear-thirsty enemy in Iran and protect key oil shipping lanes in the Middle East. A new joint statement from Japan and other allies signaling they are ready to help secure the shipping now through the Strait of Hormuz and support efforts to stabilize global energy supplies. Now, that's counter to what some of them have previously said. We will take you to this.
All right, whatever, Coon. Okay, so here we go. I got it off Reuters. I tell you, MAGA, I'm not subscribing for a damn thing. Screw you. We'll get it from here. Okay, here we go. We condemn in the strongest terms recent attacks by Iran on unarmed commercial vessels in the Gulf, attacks on civilian infrastructure, including oil and gas installations, and the de facto closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iranian forces. Civilian infrastructure. Didn't say anything about, okay. We express our deep concern about the escalating conflict. We call on Iran to cease immediately its threats, laying of mines, drone and missile attacks, and other attempts to block the strait to commercial shipping and to comply with UN Security Resolution 2817. Freedom of navigation is a fundamental principle of international law, including under the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, on the Law of the Sea. The effects of Iran's actions will be felt by people in all parts of the world, especially the most vulnerable. Consistent with UNSC, the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2817, we emphasize that such interference with international shipping and the disruption of global energy supply chains constitute a threat to international peace and security. In this regard, we call for an immediate comprehensive moratorium on attacks on civilian infrastructure, including oil and gas installations. This is the second time they said civilian infrastructure and bypassing victims, but it's okay. It's okay. We express our readiness to contribute to appropriate efforts to ensure safe passage through the strait. We welcome the commitment of nations who are engaged in preparatory planning. We express our readiness. MAGA saw those 4 words and thought they were ready to go lob bombs at Iran. They're on standby. They're at will call waiting to see if they could get tickets. Well, I should say the box office. Hoping that some tickets get free. They ain't going to be launching no counter-offensive at Iran. We welcome the International Energy Agency decision to authorize a coordinated release of strategic petroleum reserves. We will take other steps to stabilize energy markets, including working with certain producing nations to increase output. We will also work to provide support for the most affected nations, including through United Nations and IFIs. Maritime security and freedom of navigation benefit all countries. We call on all states to respect international law and uphold the fundamental principles of international prosperity and security. Well, that's my phone's ringing. Give me a second. Oh, I just got an alert, family. Somebody say you got to read that second to last paragraph again. Okay, we'll read it. We will also work to provide support for the most affected nations, including through the United Nations and IFIs. Now, you're probably wondering why I reread that little statement, that paragraph right there. Fam, if you want me to expose what this war really is about, put a 1 in the chat. If you want to stay ignorant, put a 2. It's okay if you want to stay ignorant. It's okay. It's okay. Because, of course, I do the research. MAGA didn't do this research. MAGA, do you understand what this letter entails? These world nations, UK, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Japan, and Canada. 7. They formed their own G7. They did something that I can't believe they did it, but they did it. Is you ready? Cal, is you ready?
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Well, what is this?
Let me tell you something, man. See a thing named police, politician. Me not trust none of them boy, the road boy. Remember.
That's why you're in the situation that you're in. This is why I'm in the situation I'm in. This is why the world is in the situation that it's in. Corporations are bigger than the government. Let them go on there and tell you Iran going crazy and they don't know what's going on. Trump trying to fix everything. Takaichi over there trying to secure resources. Yeah, she's probably trying to do that, but we know what the truth is.
Your news tell too much lie.
What's the truth?
The truth is, and I'm glad Emily Crooks asked what the truth is. The truth is, this is for the owners and controllers of global financialized capital, the OCGFC. This is for BRICS. This is for the GCC. This is for ASEAN. This is for all the regional powers in the global south. This is for big business. This is for BlackRock. This is for Vanguard. This is for State Street. This is for Affinity Partners. This is for Carlyle Group, Halliburton, Grantham North, whatever that one is, Boeing, the whole of them. International Financial Institutions, IFIs. This is for the IMF, the World Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank in DC, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, China, the North American Development Bank. Yeah. A lot of this of your USMCA is funded through there. Oh, they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. Well, what is this? European Stability Mechanism, European Investment Fund, the International Finance Facility for Immunization. Immunization. Well, International Fund for Agricultural Development. You're going to love this one. Arab Petroleum Investments Corporation. Hey, Trump, since you Mr. Truth Teller, why you tell him that? Because you know your base would turn on you if you told him that. Correct? Correct. There it is, the Arab Energy Fund. Oh, yeah. My bad. There you go. Yeah, this. Look, the IMF, the IFC. Look, everybody in on it. The World Trade Organization. Yeah, look at all these regional banks. Yeah. It's all big business. But he want to tell you Iran out there ready to go bomb something. They're a threat to us. Oh, man. Electronic check is our biggest threat right now. But again, do you think your favorite influencer or content creator on the right is going to tell you that? No, they're scared to go down that rabbit hole because it's going to invalidate everything they ever thought about that man. But they'd still be on their knees for him. We know this.
We know this. The Chinese know that we know. But we make believe that we don't know, and the Chinese make believe that they believe that we don't know, but know that we know. Everybody knows.
You know who else knows? A certain prime minister over there in Europe knows too. And I can't wait for that statement when Trump hears what they said. I can't wait. True Social gonna be on fire when he drops that white girl rap.
This is an uppercut. It's not fucking rough. I'm top 2 and definitely not the runner. I got the mojo.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Oh, look who it is. The Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni. I wonder what she said. She looking crazy. What did she say? I'm very interested in what she said. Let me look.
Sbagliata questa strategia? Allora mi si deve formalizzare l'alternativa, mi si deve dire quindi che cosa si intende fare, cioè dobbiamo prendere distanze nel senso che dobbiamo uscire dalla NATO, dobbiamo chiudere le basi americane, dobbiamo rompere i rapporti commerciali, dobbiamo assaltare i McDonald's, non lo so. Che dobbiamo fare? Altrimenti chiaramente sbagliata questa strategia? Allora mi si deve formalizzare l'alternativa, mi si deve dire quindi che cosa si intende fare, cioè dobbiamo prendere distanze nel senso che dobbiamo uscire dalla NATO, dobbiamo chiudere le basi americane, dobbiamo rompere i rapporti commerciali, dobbiamo assaltare i McDonald's, non lo so. Che dobbiamo fare?
This is an uppercut. Nah, fuck 'em up. I'm top 2 and definitely not the runner. I ain't got the mojo, lots of bubbles and
She out here talking. Fine, Trump, close your bases over there. I mean, it's going to save the taxpayers hella money. I'm fine with that. Here's the problem. Once you do that, you're never going to be able to do business with Europe ever again. And maybe that's what you want because you hate Europe. But you hate America more. Oh, you don't believe me that he hates America more. I figured you didn't. Because he did something today. Him and his people did something today that you're not going to like. Did you know he is allowing Russia to get money? Get resources? Oh, I know them people that was running around saying that he a Russian bot and we was Russian bots and he's a puppet for Russia. I know they love you. They loving this right now. I'm going to caution y'all to slow down. Slow down. He allowed oil that came from Russia to flow through that's already on the water to flow, and they ain't got to pay no tax on it. China's on their way to provide oil and infrastructure to Cuba. Now, y'all remember last year when that Chinese ship showed up near Cuba and motherfucker got upset. Motherfucker said that's an act of aggression. All right. I find that funny because then this comes out yesterday. The script is beautiful.
Why do you feel a necessity to insult people?
Again.
Is that
where's the script? Where's the script? Read the script.
Is this a big defensive thing that you've got?
Read the script.
Why don't you read your own?
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Fam, this came out yesterday. See, you got to watch everything. You got to read everything. Don't just read the Western media. You got to go read everything. Western, Eastern, and everything in the middle. You see that? Russian oil tanker heading to Cuba amid U.S. economic blockade. They're supposed to get there in 4 days. Now, if Trump and his cronies block that, we're going to have a situation in the Caribbean. If he allows it to go, he looks like a punk. So he's in a damned if he do, damned if he don't situation. But he already screwed up because he let him go already to go flow without it. No tariff, no nothing. Does it sound like Cuba, if China and Russia help them out, they put in an application to join BRICS? Not to mention the fact that he's over there now allowing China to surround Taiwan. I told y'all he was going to sell them out. That was all part of the plan. But we're gonna have fun tonight, family, because there's other things that we have to get to. Now, I know you saw that at the beginning with Tatum Tots calling a veteran a coward. You see how quick MAGA be running off on people, right? How it rubs off on them, right? The same group who was sitting there saying honor the veterans, you got them now. You got a whole press spokesman that had a badge tell you that somebody who did tours over in the Middle East, even though I don't agree with that war, who lost their family because of that war, you're calling him a coward. By the way, breaking news, they tried to get Tina Peters out of jail, didn't realize she still had state charges. I tell you, they dumb. Look, Michelle Tafoya, what she say? A top Republican just told Americans how they should deal with rising gas prices under Trump. Maybe take one less trip to Starbucks. Let's just try to be patriots about this. Days after they say they don't care about what's going on with the average citizen. That's not what they in that war for. They're telling you they're doing it at the bidding of corporations. You haven't noticed that they keep telling you that Iran's bombing all these facilities, but always seem to slip in the corporation name. They're trying to get you to be normalized feeling bad for corporations since the last, let's say the last 15 years. They've been, ever since Occupy Wall Street, they have been the pariah. Ever since the financial crisis, they've been the pariahs. You got all these fast food joints closing shop, and they want you to feel sorry for them. Sucks. What this be?
Trump issued this post where he made it clear how angry he was at the Israelis for doing this is evidence of that. Look, President Trump is doing everything he can to keep oil prices under $100 a barrel.
You know when gas was under $100 a barrel? When he didn't do nothing. How'd he say it on January 6th with the Proud Boys? Or at that at one of them debates, stand by and stand down? Stand down and stand by? Yeah, why didn't he do that? Oh, okay. We know why. Keep going.
And that is not easy to do. And I would note that he has taken sanctions off Russian oil, and he has allowed Iran to sell its oil. It's very important to understand that Iran is selling its oil on world markets. Iran has been allowed to send oil through the Strait of Hormuz. And the reason that Trump is allowing this is because he wants all the oil he can possibly get in the world oil markets.
Don't that sound like he trying to get on OPEC board? All right, go ahead.
And he's been quite successful, at least at keeping the price of a barrel down under slightly less than $100. Well, what happened yesterday when the Israelis hit this natural gas field in Iran, and then the Iranians retaliated first against Qatar, and now apparently they're attacking Saudi Arabian sites as well, is that the price of a barrel of oil is going up. I saw it was up around $115 this morning. This is disastrous for the United States and for the world economy. And if things continue to escalate, which is a real possibility, the economic situation will only get worse. Yeah. So what happened yesterday really mattered. And that, again, is why President Trump made it clear to the Israelis, don't ever do this again.
So now we're normalizing Israel being the bad guy. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of them on the right want that to happen. But for context, for those who don't know, there's the current prices for crude in the world. You have your American, you have the North Sea, you got the Middle East, and you got the Russian. What do you see on that screen? Mm. You gotta love it. But then again, maybe this is the plan. So many moving parts, it's hard to keep track. But we do know of one thing. A lot of them are not happy. They're not happy. And they're telling you that they're not happy. We'll prove it to you.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Well, you saw that briefly. We're going to have fun. This reporter found out the hard way. Pause. PA voters sound off on the war with Iran. Let's see what this woman says.
Let's take a listen to one more woman who we spoke with. If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You're a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Trump. Let's take a listen to one more woman who we spoke with. If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You're a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Well, at least you were honest. At least you were honest. Okay. How do you change? How do you change the narrative in real time? We asked that question. We asked that question. They're now up to the point where they're saying China is sponsoring terrorism in Iran. You don't believe me? Tabernacle. There you go. China was the leading sponsor of global terrorism and buying oil from Iran. It's almost like he wants to piss China off and has no backup. Yes, China's been tight. And the reason why I brought that up, there was a reason why I brought that up. Especially with Japan. Now, we understand that Japan gets a lot of their crude from the Middle East. We understand that. So, again, Takaichi has an obligation to her people for resources. But remember when them folk over there were yelling about how Honda building a plant in Indiana? Remember that? We covered that last year. They were all happy. Honda was building a plant in Indiana to make the Honda Civic Hybrid. And they were like, oh, this is going to be mountain of jobs and everything. Y'all remember that, right? We finna show you the headline. Y'all remember that? Well, fucking Reuters covered it, but you know, we'll shift it again. How to produce next Civic in Indiana and not Mexico due to U.S. tariffs, right? That was a beautiful thing, right? Oh, MAGA was loving it. Can y'all, for me, put MAGA is dumb again? I want to see who's still alive. I know this isn't exactly the sexiest live, but there's a lot of information that I need y'all to be able to understand and show. And this also show you again that he don't know how to move. He be lying to you because there's things that I show on the screen that are called receipts. I know, MAGA, that's a big word for you. That's what you get after you make a purchase. But in Black American vernacular, that is called, we keep certain things in the back pocket. So when you try to lie, we could pull the receipts on you. You remember that facility they said they were building? Well, come to find out, that same facility that they were building already exists. They're just planning to expand production there. So there's no new factory. There's not going to be thousands of jobs. But they made that declaration because they know their base is dumb. You see there where it says Honda Civic Hybrid by 2025 and 2028 respectively? 2028 for the hybrid Civic, the one that they were talking about they were going to have here, the 210,000 that they said they were going to produce. You ain't gonna see that car for another 2 years, maybe 3. And by then we may not be able to afford it. We might still be in a recession. And that particular model goes for about $35,000. Who the hell is going to pay for a Civic Hybrid? Would you like to see the Civic Hybrid? I'll show it to you. Since they don't want to tell you the truth, because they don't look at cars like that. They're still on the lease griff. Here you go. The next Honda Civic is getting lighter, sharper, and more hybrid, which is funny because he ended the EV mandates, which this car would have been covered under. So what's the point of getting a car if you're not going to get money back for it? Y'all don't want to talk to me, MAGA, huh? Okay. So they just want to take your money. But all right. All right. There's your car. That car is ugly. I'm just going to say it. Did you see? I know y'all focused on the car. I want you to focus on what I just highlighted. Still want to tell me that he's really trying to stop China from taking over? You still want to tell me that? Oh, y'all can't really see it? I'll blow it up for you. What does that say? Chinese spec Honda ENS2. So you're using a Chinese model to make this car, which means you have to probably pay them proprietary rights. MAGA, we have been taking over and Trump is helping to keep it that way. Your corporations right now are fighting over water rights. Something I warned my people about years ago. They were going to start fighting, them corporations are going to start fighting for water rights, especially with these AI data centers. Oh. You didn't want to look at that, right? Nah, you didn't want to look at that. They're going to kill your water supplies, your water tables, while you're trying to own the fucking libs. That is sad. I know. You think I'm lying. You think I'm lying. You think I'm lying. There you go. The American West is drying up. Can the market help? As hedge funds buy up land to obtain water rights, a libertarian state representative from Arizona has proposed a seemingly radical solution to the water crisis. Is he right? Huh. Let's see what he said. We're going to keep going. Due to a warming atmosphere, snow lines in the Rockies and other ranges flanking the river are in retreat, meaning less spring snow melt trickling into the basin, even as increasingly parched earth and warm air claim their share of the remaining moisture. But remember, Trump said that the earth ain't warming. That's what he said. Available water resources have been significantly reduced, with some impacts effectively irreversible on human timescales. The most severe threats in the Middle East, North Africa, South Asia, and yes, parts of the U.S. Southwest. We're running out of cheap water. Cheap water. Cheap. Huh. I'll put this in the chat. Y'all can read this at your leisure. Yeah. This is going to be the next thing. This is going to be the next thing. Water rights. It's bad enough you got states over there right now telling you you can't collect rainwater. You're going to end up paying twice to use water because you're going to have to pay them corporations, and you're going to have to pay the government and pay the corporations again. So it might be 3. We ain't sure yet. And I know I went too fast, but I want to show you where they started talking. Bricks. 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 They're telling you what the game is, but they don't want you to figure it out. Unbelievable. There you go.
Opérations de guerre et des bombardements en cours. En revanche, nous ne participerons à aucune ouverture de force du détroit dans le contexte des opérations de guerre et des bombardements en cours.
Yeah, France out. We are in trouble. Look, they're saying she's not offended. Okay, she may not be offended. Her country is. She'll hear it when she goes home and turn heel. She'll hear it. But that's okay.
Justamente si ya nos ha reiterado que va a continuar la ayuda, el envío de ayuda humanitaria, pero ¿qué va a pasar con el petróleo? Se hizo una pausa y por...
Estamos viendo distintos esquemas. Yeah.
All right, she's speaking Spanish. We're not going to listen to all that. But she says she's going to send Cuba fuel. This is going to be fun. The spring is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Just stick with me. I know it's boring, but this is going to help us. You will be ahead of the curve. When the place goes to shit, you have adjusted already. It'll be fun. Your supplies will be plentiful. Your knowledge will be plentiful. Everybody else is going to be running around trying to figure out how to spin it so they can win. You've already won because you've been here. Again, I know this topic is not sexy. I mean, it's easy for me to go in and just start knocking people. I understand that. Sometimes you got to edify yourself with knowledge because they're not going to tell you this. Your news is not going to tell you this. Your government not going to tell you this. But anyway, hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumber job, if not, I try to be better next time. I'm going back to my screenplay. You're going to go back to your lives. And you're going to make the best of it. I know it's scary out here. I know y'all look at them gas prices. You look at them food prices. It's scary. We've been through all of this before. It's just another situation that we're going to have to get through. But we'll get through it like we get through everything else. Don't worry about it. And I'll be here for you. Unless they take me out. In that case, it'll be fine. Hopefully you'll remember. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Oh, here it goes!
Time's up.
Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
Did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on!
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.